Hey guys, Zell here. Welcome back to some more Fate Grand Order. It is now time for Land of Peace. No battles? Let's go. I am slowly but surely running out of time before the New Year's event begins. Sounds like you had quite the evening. Peculiar though this may be, it does present another piece of the puzzle. Unfortunately, it does nothing to make the larger picture any easier to see. We know that the Crypta's first priority is defending the Tree of Emptiness. And yet, our Crypta has not told this Lost Belt King of the Tree of Importance. The Tree's importance. Furthermore, she moved to eliminate us entirely on her own discretion, only to end up swearing allegiance to King Shi Huang the instant Zhang Yu's life was threatened. I was taken aback to see our Crypta acting so aggressively when we first came to this Lost Belt. But seeing her so scared and flustered was just more painful more than it was surprising. I guess I really didn't know anything about her back when we were both at Chaldea. Ah yes, what about who she was at Chaldea? Holmes and I did a little poking about in the data we managed to bring back up from the server. And her entire background reeks of falsified records. Indeed, I had to practically hold my nose as we picked apart her disguise. Disguise? Even though she was a member of Chaldea's staff? Let's see, imagine her profile is like a painting that's been thoroughly methodically airbrushed to erase any trace of the original painter. Correct, there was not a single errant brush stroke, so to speak, to be found anywhere. Anyone who has lived an ordinary life will inevitably leave behind a bit of useless information about him or herself along the way. And yet there was nothing of the sort to be found in Akuta Hirako's data. It was as though her entire life was designed to pull the wool over someone's eyes. You mean like an intricate piece of fiction? You mean like a perfect alibi? Precisely! That is just the sort of interjection I was looking for, my dear Watson. So the fact that nothing in her personal information is strange also means nothing in it is real. Yep. There's basically nothing even remotely human about her entire background. And even that's not the only obvious, suspicious thing we ran across. According to her profile, Mada's Bodhi Hemisphere brought her to Chaldea, supervised her aptitude test, and oversaw her periodic health and exams and interviews personally. It seemed every bit of data about her was submitted with his authorization codes, no one else's. The first director. Just the fact that he handled it all alone is one hell of a red flag for security. It'd be easy for him to falsify any data he wanted considering his position. Be that as it may, if Chaldea's original director was the one who manipulated her profile. Yeah, if a guy that high up in the food chain had something he wanted to keep secret about her, we're pretty much SOL. How did Akuta end up at Chaldea in the first place? Did she actually have enough race shift aptitude to be chosen for Team A? For that matter, who the hell is she really? At this point, I don't know what to believe. Indeed, everything we thought we knew about Akuta Hinako's personal information is suspect at best. So it wouldn't really be a stretch to imagine she might have a different goal from the other cryptors. Obviously not. What's more, this goal is evidently more important to her than protecting her lost belt, or preserving her relationship with its king. One might think eliminating us would be her first priority, but as we've seen, even that is secondary compared to her concern for Zhang Yu, another figure about whom we know next to nothing. It looks like that name only means anything to those of us from Pop-Human history. In this last belt, he appears to go by something else. I think it was called Kuaiji Zero. Kuaiji, Well, a quick database search suggests that area has some significance for Zhang Yu. It's where his uncle Zhang Ling started his revolt against Qin Empire after the emperor died. You could say it's where Zhang Yu began his career as a warrior. Regardless of who Zhang Yu may be in this world, the fact remains that he belongs to this Lost Belt. So I cannot fathom why Akuta Hinako who comes from Pop-Human history would care so deeply about him as to abandon her other goals. That's pretty straightforward. She must have fallen in love with him at first sight. The more foolish the woman, the more likely she is to chuck everything away for such silly notions. Careful, Gordy. You're gonna lose any goodwill you may have built up with your female staff. But the only women here are Cell and Marsh. You borderline Lolita. Okay, thank you, Gordolf. Thank you. Thank you for saying that I'm a woman. Thank you. He's literally one of the only ones that's actually legitimately straight out said I was a woman. No one else. Only ever mentioned. Everyone else mentions it when it's convenient. Otherwise, when someone's changing, like Marsh or whatnot for a summer event, I don't get to see anything. I'm just there, just sitting in the background, just waiting for them to change. At that point, I'm basically not a woman at that point. But right here, he specifically said it. Thank you. Borderline Lolita. Well, I was certainly disappointed by what you said. Wait, really? Now, do try to stay on topic. We still have a mountain of problems that need solving. Alright, we still need to talk to the people who are going to be less than pleased about this. That's so great. Even if it's only temporary, I can't believe I have to pretend to make nice with that emperor. Just the thought makes me sick. Yeah, that sounds about right. Negotiate. Out of the question. That tactic plays right into the oppressor's hands. Do not be fooled, detective. They will tell you whatever they weak wish to hear, and pressure you into swearing allegiance with only the pretense of your consent at best. Given the urgency of Miss Cell and Gordolf's condition, I'm afraid we have no alternative. At a minimum, I would like to maintain our truce with King Shi Huang until Koyan Sky is securely in our custody. If we could prolong it until Akuta Hinako is out of the picture, so much the better. Whatever her reasons for doing so may be, Akuta Hinako remains fiercely determined to eradicate us. So much so that she tried to assassinate Miss Cell in the dead of night, against Kishi Wang's wishes. Obviously, Akuta and Kishi Wang aren't exactly BFFs at the moment. But we can't be sure that will last, since there's still a lot we don't know about their relationship. There's every possibility that she may have to convince Kishi Wang to take her side in all of this. Huh. What about defeating Kishi Wang and cutting down the tree of emptiness before music and Master can fall victim to this accursed poison? Should that not be our first priority? Listen closely, Spartacus. At the moment, making an enemy out of all the Empire will lead only to disaster. Right now, Koyan Sky is a wild card who could wreak havoc no matter where she is or whose side she is on. If you don't have an antidote ready to go by the time we face off with Kishi Wang, it'll be over before it begins. All the Emperor would have to do is kill Koyan Skya, and Miss Cell would be saddled with the poison's deleterious effects for the rest of her life. Let's not forget that my own life would be tragically shortened. Yes, ultimately, we need to destroy the Tree of Emptiness and erase this lost belt, and to do so, we will inevitably need to face and defeat Kishi Wang. So bear in mind that any amicable relations we appear to have now are a strictly temporary state of affairs. So you want us to pretend to be friends until we can attack when the Emperor least expects it, right? Yeah, that's fine. Hell, I used to ask Agravane for advice with that sort of sneaky shit all the time. I refuse. Acquiescence is the first step to allegiance, and allegiance inevitably leads to subservience. My master must never side with oppression, but always rebel against it. She should rebel against pain, rebel against suffering, and ultimately triumph by rebelling against destiny. Get the goddamn stick out of your ass, would ya? We're playing the long game here, lunkhead. The important part is that we get to destroy the Empire in the end. So why don't you just think of all the rebelling you're gonna get to do later as a prize for all the restraint you gotta show now? I mean, you love repressing your own shit, right? Are you truly willing to go along with this? When I tried to assassinate the Emperor before, I lost the moment I focused on something other than killing the killing itself. But I'm not the one leading the attack this time. I get that Cell has her own way of fighting. I'm sorry, I know it's a lot to ask. Well, there's nothing I can do if you're going to plead at me with that helpless look on your face. I mean, you're just now realizing how hopeless your chances are against Jinyu, right? It's getting stuffy in here, with so many of us present. I think I'll step out for a bit of fresh air. Holmes just winked at me, Senpai and Jinkei. What's going on? He wants to maybe tell you a secret? What is it, Holmes? Is there something else you wanted to talk to us about? I thought it would be best if Spartacus were absent for this next part. I trust you to retain your cool, Miss Jinkei, but let me remind you to refrain from raising your voice. As long as we whisper, Kishi Wang shouldn't be unable to hear us. I've mostly finished my analysis of the benefaction drug. It's beyond anything I could have imagined. Its psychotropic effects are secondary at most. Its true purpose lies in boosting the immune system, or perhaps I should say enhancing it to an unfathomable degree. And despite its potency, there are almost no negative side effects as long as one condition remains unmet. It is well beyond what modern medical science could achieve. In fact, I doubt even magecraft from proper human history could create a drug so effective. It is something that could only be made here, in a lost spot where pharmaceuticals and biochemistry are entirely based on sage arts. I see, so it's mass-produced elixir. And he just handed out something that amazing to every citizen during every major celebration. Indeed, and as a result, illness and disease have been completely eradicated. I doubt any of these people have had so much as a cold since they were born. Then it's a real, actual panacea. Hold on, what's a condition that needs to go unmet for this to work? Ah yes, that would be old age. Once a person's hormonal secretions have reached a certain level, this drug functions as a lethal anesthetic. I estimate it to be at least several thousand times more potent than pentobarbital? I'm just gonna skip that. That can't be right. Hang on, wouldn't that mean... Now I see. I thought it was strange that we hadn't seen a single elderly person here. There's no unintended side effect. It's quite clear the medicine was designed to work this way. Designed? Then it really is poisoning everyone who takes it. So when somebody's body secretes a certain amount of hormones, in other words, once a body is aged to a certain point, they just die. Correct. From our perspective, distributing a drug like this is no better than mass murder. Still, a case can be made from a Buddhist perspective, and how it views the four inevitabilities of human life, namely birth, aging, disease, and death. If one considers both old age and illness equally undesirable, one could say this medicine protects you from the pain of the former and the latter at once. I cannot say if every world, under all possible conditions, would eventually arrive at these ethics of pharmaceutical science. But the wheat grown here has been extensively genetically modified into something extraordinary. Its resistance to disease, its yield, everything about it stands leagues above its natural counterpart in proper human history. With a crop like this, one could live their entire life without ever knowing hunger. And if you never had to worry about food, you'd probably never think to take it from someone else. There's no economy here. No division between rich and poor exists. We have all seen for ourselves how ignorant they are of war and violence. It seems that life here is as far removed from the suffering that one might expect in our world as it is possible to imagine. And when their life has run its course, this drug puts them to sleep permanently, well before they can begin to feel the pain of old age. I dare say that if nothing else, this world has done a frighteningly effective job at removing pain and suffering from people's lives. But that's still... There's no way for people to live. They're practically being kept as livestock. So this is how Kishi Wang, how that dictator decided to solve humanity's suffering. Makes sense. No way a leader who abandoned their own humanity would in turn treat their subjects like people. As far as making a decision between this lost belt and proper human history, Spartacus claimed that he should fight to determine which should be allowed to survive. If hearing that gave you pause, I would urge you to give the matter more thought, keeping what you know now about his benefaction in mind. In this world, the definition of a happy human life is exceedingly simple. Seeing as you will need to make this choice sooner or later, I think it best I suspend my usual behavior in favor of full disclosure. Allow me to share with you some speculation. Do keep in mind that this is not a deduction, but rather a bit of a conjecture on my part. Holmes. This relates solely to one question, namely, why did the Spirit Origin Graph fail to work with his last spell to lay line? You think it had something to do with this medicine? That may not be directly related, but it does support my current hypothesis. Heroic spirits have always been one-sided of a liar. Mankind's collective unconscious, they are defined foremost by the purpose of protecting humanity. While there may be many different methods and conditions involved in summoning servants, one thing they all have in common, without exception, is responding to the summoner's prayer. However, if there was not a single person in the world who had the emphatic need to pray for something, and if such a world had flourished unabated for hundreds of years. Right, and it wouldn't be at all surprising if that world lost its connection to the Throne of Heroes entirely. For that matter, there wouldn't even be any heroic spirits in that world, just like there aren't here. After all, every hero who might be needed to fight someday, like Jean Liang Yu, is still alive. So this last belt is a world that has no need for heroic spirits at all. Can you imagine a person wishing fervently for anything in the world free from hunger, pain, and suffering? Miss Kirito, I know I certainly cannot. Indeed, it only makes sense that servants would never appear in a world where no one wishes for anything. Thanks for telling us this, Holmes. Whatever doubts I may have had are gone now. I will do everything in my power to take Qixi Huang down and put an end to this disgusting regime. As long as I get there in the end, I don't care how far out of the way we have to go. So right now, let's focus on curing Cell. Now that I know where I'm going, I can wait as long as it takes. Thank you, Jin Kei. I knew the drug was bad news. Progress report.
We shall finish a complete scan of the vehicle's interior by morning.
Good. Be careful not to overlook anything. Remember, the future of the Empire rests on your shoulders.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll go see how things are outside. The Shadow Border, the product of a world entirely different from ours, huh? Because the moon does not know how to drink, my shadow merely follows the movement of my body. The moon has brought the shadow to keep me company a while. The practice of mirth should keep pace with spring. What was that, young man? Huh? Oh, that's called a poem. A guy named Li Bai wrote it a long time ago. Who taught you that? Well...
Oh boy. Kid, keep your mouth shut.
We see, Jean Liang Yu's investigations proceeding smoothly. It feels good to have so much data moving among our circuits.
Do you think you will be able to analyze that otherworldly device, Your Imperial Majesty?
Who do you think we are? This holy vessel's full calculation capabilities can easily handle a single vehicle. Or so we thought. This is amazing. How could they fit so much functionality into these dimensions? It's hard to believe what we are seeing. Gave the intrusion, the Imperial Majesty, but there's something you should know. What is this about? The children in this village are reciting poems.
You're kidding!
When I asked them about it, they said they learned them from Chaldea. We see, then Chaldea are Confucians.
Yes, Your Imperial Majesty. This is undoubtedly the work of Confucianism. Oh boy. Oh no. Damn that kid. Morning Star of Rebellion. We're fighting a berserker now, huh? Don't like the sound of that, although it's Rebellion and it's a berserker, so are we fighting Spartacus or... Akuta's boy toy? This is not gonna end well, but I'll keep it with the team I've got currently. They're all strong units. It should totally go fine. Section 9. Morning Star of Rebellion.
Emergency, emergency. Spartacus is no longer with us.
What?
Foe? That's not all. A number of villagers have gone missing as well. The ones who remained said they saw Spartacus leading villagers towards the capital.
What? If the Emperor sees that, he'll think we're leading a rebellion. What is wrong with that muscle-bound moron? How could he do this?
Hey, Berserkers ain't exactly much for thinking or planning. Spawny's just being true to himself. Hell, he couldn't change who he is even if he wanted to.
Do something, Cell. Didn't your records mention him obeying that woman? If he can listen to her, he can listen to you. That was between Nero and Spartacus, not me. Spartacus has always been all about freedom. What's with that knowing look? Are those command spells of yours just fancy tattoos? Go on and use one already, you fool!
This may be the moment of truth, Miss Cell. Forming a contact with an unruly berserker inevitably means using command spells to keep them in check. You may not care for that idea, but it is something you will need to come to terms with sooner or later. It is frankly miraculous that you've come so far without ever having to force your servants to obey. I would like nothing more than to respect your wishes, but I'm afraid that... Hold up. Mordred, you're not gonna make Spotty toe the line just by forcing him to stop with a command spell. All that'll do is just root him in place. So please, Master, whatever you do, don't use a command spell on him. If you do, he might end up forgetting his whole reason for leaving the throne to come here to help. Oh, foe. Can you let me handle him, Master? I'm sure I can convince him to stop. How might that be? How do you think? By beating the ever-living shit out of him. You see, it's his legs and stuff that keeps him going. Long as those are telling him to fight, he's not gonna stop for anything. So if we just hit him so hard that his knees give out, then he'll get through his thick skull or knees that the battle's over.
Are you quite certain that would be better than a command spell?
Positive, I give you the Mordred guarantee. I confess that even I cannot see the logic here. What do you think, Miss Cell? This is ultimately your decision to make.
I'm not using a command spell for this. I'm counting on you, Mordred.
Hell yeah. Don't worry, I've got this. Rafo, I'll go with you. I think I may be partly to blame for the village's decision to join him. Are you sure, Miss Shinke? Wouldn't you rather be leading the way with him? Truthfully, yes. I honestly kind of envy him getting to materialize as a berserker. Because he can throw caution to the wind and do whatever he feels like in a given moment. Nope, because even though he's a berserker, he's got such a good master. As a heroic spirit myself, I can't help but feel a little jealous at that. There's her. Hold down the fort. The board is a lifeline here, so make sure you don't let anything happen to it. Leave it to me. I await your return. Okay, everyone. Let's go bring Spartacus and the villagers back.
Hey, Spartacus. Are you sure about this? I thought we weren't supposed to leave our village's fields. Yes, I'm sure. No system, no ethics, no laws can never stop one from walking about freely. One's path always lies ahead of wherever your own 2 feet take you. I don't know. We were taught that Heavenly Emperor gave us those fields as a gift of love. If the authorities wish to call their oppression love, then it is only right to return their love in the form of rebellion. I don't think I understand. No matter, you will come to understand as we continue our walk. Now to the oppressor's capital. The capital where Heavenly Emperor lives, huh? Come to think of it, I heard it's got something called art. Art? Is that anything like those poems Jinkei's been sharing with us? I want to hear lots more poems. I want to see what the capital looks like too. Well said. Let us be on our way, singing songs of liberation all the while.
Hold it, hold it. Did you really think we were gonna let you do this, you freaking dumbass? Don't you think it was a touch rude to just run off without so much as a goodbye?
If it is the antidote for Cell that concerns you, rest assured I will bring it back after seeing those responsible brought to justice. If you doubt that I am doing the right thing, then merely sit and await my return. I must give this Kishi Wang oppressor the firm embrace he deserves. I already know the Emperor has Jin Yang. All that remains now is to continue onward until I reach this great oppressor.
Please stop this, Spartacus.
I can understand why you have doubts, Master Cell. After all, you have yet to attain real strength for yourself. All the more reason why I must go, to show my example what true injustice is. As such, I will not hesitate to crush anything that stands in my way with true rebellious love.
Yup, I knew it. He ain't gonna listen to a word we say. Yup, time for my genius plan. If he wants to listen to reason, we'll just have to beat it into him. Come on, Spartacus, let's you and me hash things out. Oh boy. It's gonna be a pain. It's gonna be a major pain. But we gotta destroy his rebellion before he begins it. It's not the time to rebel, Spartacus. It's not the time. Your time will come soon enough. Please, come back. Second, Mukyu Sandan. Did we have to break both bars or just one? I'd like to think it's just one, but you never know. Alright. I got the Kigoshi. If I was gonna do this anyways, I should actually use her ability instead of just not. Trying to dealt more damage. Oh, come on! Yes! There goes his first break bar. We done? No, we are not. We actually need to defeat him. 100% of the way. God dang it. Alright, Ishtar. Please, can you get a crit or two? I'd love that. Damn it. Oh well. I at least know that we're gonna be able to beat him. But it's gonna take a decent more time. And hopefully we can beat him before he uses his dang Noble Phantasm. That's something we don't need to deal with. But I don't think that's gonna happen unless we can somehow get our Noble Phantasm up again. Yeah, I don't believe we're gonna get a Noble Phantasm up. Heal up Ishtar. Give Ishtar evasion. Bop, bop, bop. Come on, crits! All the crits, come on! Yeah, nice. Oh, you couldn't have got Ishtar to 69? You couldn't? Gosh dang it. Oh well. Do that, NP strength up. 74%. Do that. Increase the Noble Phantasm damage. Second, Mukyu Sandan. And do that. If anything, I at least know that he will be going down next turn. What now?
He's going down now before his double phantasm. We actually did it.
当然の結果よ。
Yes.
神、舐め
Bye,
ないでよね。
Spidey. Xingyang Field. We are fighting Berserker and a Rider now. I don't like the look of that. Who's the Rider that we're fighting? Really? I'll keep Ishtar.
Morgid, I thought you said you were going to make his knees give out or some such. Yeah, what of it? His knees aren't giving out at all. If anything, hitting him is only getting him more fired up. Honestly, it's kind of creeping me out. Now what? I know, this is so much fun, right? He's got will to fight out the wazoo. Oh, I knew it. You're actually Berserker too, aren't you?
Ah, what a thrill. This adversity, this pain. I can feel indomitable strength welling up within me.
You can do it, Spartacus.
Why is Spartacus and the others arguing again? Beats me.
If this keeps up, you won't last much longer, Master.
Honestly, it's already rough. I'm starting to get feverish. Still, I'm glad Spuddy and Mo are enjoying themselves.
Please be careful, Master. You've already got a 38 degrees Celsius fever. Stop. Stop. This is no time for fighting. We have an emergency. Fo. Nezha. And Fo, what are you two doing here? What's going on? You're supposed to be keeping watch. King Liang Yu betrayed her. She stole at the border. Holmes told me to keep this thing safe. The Spirit Origin Graph. Then they really did take the border. What the hell? You just let them waltz in and steal our home base. How could you let this happen? Stop it, Morgid. This I wanted to say the fight just as much as you stay and fight just as much as you would have. But Holmes decided it was more important to make sure the Spirit Origin Graph stayed with Cell.
Indeed. I imagine the enemy must have used the Shadow Border itself as a shield. A common tactic of oppressors to respond to rebellion is destroy what the rebels wish to protect.
The hell are you being so calm for? I thought you all worked up. Oh, Fo. Unfortunately, we can't use the Spirit Origin Graph by itself in this last belt. Without the land's ley lines responding, there isn't enough electricity to power it. I'm afraid not. The losing the border really is a tremendous blow. Even Da Vinci's tricks had to be performed inside it to work.
Kishi Wang, can you hear me?
We can. This entire land is our garden. No noise or tumult within escapes our notice.
I thought we had a deal.
Indeed, we did, and were we a god, our world would be absolute. However, we are not a god, but human and the ruler of this land. It is only natural that we would value our nation over a bargain. Thus, now that we know you are a threat to our people, we have no compunctions about taking your shadow border and wiping all of you out. A threat? What do you mean? Did we do something to the villagers? We see, so you are either oblivious or unconstrained. Then you lot truly are disciples of Confucius. Ah, now I get it. 2,200 years later, and you haven't changed a bit. No, if anything, you've gotten worse. What do you mean, Jinkei? Kishi Wang's mad that I went around teaching people to read and write. That's why we're getting slapped with the Confucian label. Confucius? Confucianism is all about 5 virtues: justice, courtesy, wisdom, knowledge, and benevolence. It extols poetry, manners, and entertainment. And Kishi Wang, tyrant that the emperor is, hates everything about it. Our people live their lives in blissful ignorance. You and your Confucianism have led them astray. Confucianism is a malignant disease, and you its epicenter. We must cut you out like a tumor, lest you spread further.
Are you truly so terrified of your citizens getting knowledge, tyrant?
Knowledge leads to doubt. Once people are trapped by such delusions, they inevitably begin comparing themselves to others, and resent the world itself. Without such wicked individual egotism, this world can be paradise everlasting. It is through ignorance that our people live their lives in peace and health. And you arrogant Confucians would knowingly go about ruining that. So what, you want to keep your people from learning anything so it's easier to rule them? Why should we give two shits about that? Confucians run rampant in your world. How long has it ever remained peaceful? Humans who gain knowledge inevitably come to believe they are better than everyone else, which leads only to war, and that's all it created is grief and sorrow. That is why such worlds cry out in such agony as to create a counterforce in the form of heroic spirits. We shiver just imagining such a hell. Do you disagree? Go on then. Tell us how your world is so wonderful and the way people from all walks of life can share in the mutual bonds of misery. We suppose we could have tricked you out of your shadow border through more cunning means, but our disgust got the better of us. We must obliterate you and ensure that no trace is left behind. Oh boy, Zhang Yu. Kuai Ji Zero. We have new orders for you. Destroy every last one of the Confucians.
As you wish.
Hey, Cell. Should I apologize to you for taking pity on these people?
Maybe it wasn't the best move, but it wasn't wrong either. Not at all. You should be proud.
Right. That's exactly the path we've made for ourselves. We own up to our mistakes and do our best to make them right. That means we can compromise and even forgive each other. And that is the one thing this world will never ever have.
This is the one enemy I don't want to have to fight, man. No. I'm assuming I only have to take down one break bar again, right? Oh god, why? And I forgot to use Mana Burst. No. Okay, I'll save Mana Burst for the final one. I'll do her Noble Phantasm after Okita Orita attacks. God dang it. This is terrible. Very, oh, hello. This is very terrible. Alright, Mana Burst. Do this. She's got a Noble Phantasm.
I'm going to King Galaxy.
Now, I highly doubt this will take out the puppet soldiers on each side, but it should still do a decent amount. And took them to half health. Oh, Esau, I love you. Nice crit. And here goes Zhang Yu's first break bar. Salvation! Yes! Only 3 turns, thank you. I don't like fighting him, man.
No! No! Now we're fighting the dang puppets, him and a saber?
Whatever his name was? Oh no. I gotta go through that again. Well. A ton to the espera. Wait and hope. Let's do this.
Man, this thing's seriously tough. Our attacks aren't even phasing him. How strange. His strength is not due to hardware differences. Aha, now I see what's going on. He's reading our moves before we make them. The hell, not even my old man's intuition is this much of a pain in the ass. I'm sure this is no ordinary skill of reading one's opponents. It's closer to precognition.
I calculate your destruction is inevitable. Resign yourselves, barbarians.
Bullshit. If you could really see the future, you'd know there's no way in hell that we'd ever give up without a fight.
Indeed. That is why I predict you will soon face further hardships.
Well, what now? Allow me to assist you. Lord Zhang Yu, Prince of Lun Ling, Akuta, you're here too. This time, Marsh and Cell, I will kill you both. Oh, here we thought you would be sulking, yet it seems you have come to serve us once again, Akuta Hinako. Don't you understand the threat called Opposite poses, Your Imperial Majesty? I am happy to follow your wishes. Ah, now we see. You are determined not to let Zhang Yu fight alone. How inconsiderate of us. Very well, have at it, but be warned. There is little time left. Do not bother killing them. All you need to do is hobble them. Yes, good point. Understood. Oh shit. These guys working together again is the last thing we needed. And we can't afford to take our time with them. I will never catch up to the Shadow Border. Okay. Fatal battle. Here we are, yet again. They seem to have a smaller bit of health. They don't have half it. Oh, I forgot to do her mana gem again. Mana burst, whatever. Forgot to do it again. Oh, that hurts. Now here's the thing, do I have to take out both of them this time? Probably not, but thinking that way might get me killed. I'm just saying. So I'll do Ishtar's Noble Phantasm after I do Okito Urata's Noble Phantasm. Second, Mukyu Sandan. I'm hoping that we can take Zhang Yu's first break bar out of commission. And then Ishtar can come in with the next break bar. Not to mention the Buster down on the Saber will definitely help Ishtar out. Target focus up, huh? You want to give him the target focus up, huh? You want to give him invincible, huh? You want to give the dang Berserker evasion, huh? One turn. God dang it. At which point, there's no point wasting the freaking Noble Phantasm yet. Yeah, there's no point in wasting Noble Phantasm yet. What's the point? Why didn't I just attack with Okito Urata first? Oh boy. Now, before the abilities are gone. Second, Mukyu Sandan, Angata Kigoshi. This should at least take out the Saber's no freaking first break bar. The Berserker Zhang Yu's second one, on the other hand, might not go down. Might. At least in the Saber's first one will. Okay, there goes his first break bar. Okito wanted to know! Damn you! Okay, defense is up. Can you get yours up? Yes, you can. You gave yourself target focus, huh? You really love being annoying, don't you, Prince of Lun Ling? Man, I hate you. Crazy. Please, Jean, at least take him down close to defeat. Because I have a feeling we're gonna need to take out Zhang Yu as well. That's gonna be annoying. Oh, hit the berserkers! He's so close! So close to going down to his final health bar. Damn it! Waver, no! We need to shoot buffs! Oh, hey, look, we got Mashu now. Okay. 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 All of you, Marsh, all you do is buff yourself. That's so sad. You used to be so much kinder in terms of your skills. Okay. Ishtar, can you take out Prince of Lunling? Please, get crits. Please, all the crits, please. Oh? Yes! Goodbye, Prince! Oh my god. Okay. No, Ishtar! Ishtar, no! How dare you! Okay, do this. This and then this.
大事な光我は覇王にあらずただ歴史を開くための時の歯車だ故に蹴散らすのみぞ
Oh boy, this is not gonna go well. This isn't gonna go well at all. Okay. Target focus up. Buster. Sure, why not? Increase NP gain. Buster up. Sure. Oh boy. This, and this. Please, get the Noble Phantasm up. Get the Noble Phantasm up. Shite! 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 Oh god. What was your Noble Phantasm in this suit? Increase defense 3 turns, increases overcharge, apply incoming damage cut for all allies. Oh no. So do this, and then this. I have no other choice. Let's hopefully he doesn't take out much. Fujino, no! You son of a... No, no. Oh god, no. It can't be like this. It can't be like this. Please, buff yourself and don't attack. Buff yourself and don't attack. Buff yourself, don't attack. Buff yourself, don't attack. Buff yourself, don't attack. Buff yourself, don't attack. Holy crap! God damn it! I'm not gonna use a command spell. Okay, I have been at this for quite a while. I'm hoping Eastar, get invincible, please. Thank you. I am hoping by all that is freaking holy, by all the graces of the powers that be, that I can finally do it in this freaking run. I hate this fight. It is extremely freaking annoying. Extremely annoying. So I'm hoping that we can do this. Yes, Prince Cuck is still up, but he does not have taunt on right now. We can go full attack mode on Zhang Yu. And now, Octodota has Evade, John has Invincible, Eastar has Invincible, so his Noble Phantasm will finally not do crap. My freaking god, I hate this so much. Please, by all this freaking holy, make Octodota a threat. Have them attack her. It's fine. She's done her part fantastically. Crit, crit. Okay. Of course you would give yourself freaking evasion. Of course you would. Sean. This lasts for the entire turn, right? Yeah, one turn. So you know what? Ungalta Kigalshi. Then do this. And then this. I know it's a waste of a Noble Phantasm, but we still have one more person in the back waiting. I just need to get rid of Prince Cuck. Bye bye, Prince. John has a Noble Phantasm. Come on, attack Eastar. You won't even dare attack Eastar. Don't even dare attack Eastar. Oh wait, no, I have two in the back. Sorry. Marsha. I've locked in my victory. Screw you, man. I absolutely hate your guts. I've had to do this fight like 4, 5, maybe 6 times to get it right. This is the best run I've ever had. 13 turns. Screw this fight. I'm finally done. And look at that, I even had Nero with all of her freaking guts in the back. Just waiting to come out for those extra lives. I hated this so much. I can't tell what was worse. This or Scotty and one of the Valkyries. Hurry, get as far away from as you can while Kwaishi Zero keeps the enemy busy. Yes, ma'am. I must say, it's humiliating to fight our hands so firmly tied. Well, what can we do? Advanced as it might be, the Shadow Border is still basically a car with a bunch of tires. We can't stop them from towing it. I suppose we should be content with the fact that Nessa was able to escape. It's fortunate for us that they are apparently completely ignorant of the Spirit Origin Craft's importance. Whatever you might be up to, don't bother. Try anything funny and I'll cut you down where you stand. And here I thought you were a proud warrior. I'm disappointed to see you resorting to underhanded deception and skullduggery. Say what you want, Confucian. Your words are no more than wind to me. Now that I know your Confucians, I also know better than to trust anything that comes out of your mouths. We're not Confucians. I don't know what you call it in your world, but here anyone who tries to enlighten our people is a Confucian. Oh, come on! What good could there possibly be in giving people knowledge? We're making them read books that only confuse, deceive, and delude, causing them to lose sight of what they're meant to be. You do the devil's own work. You rebels should be ashamed of yourselves, spouting ideals you don't really believe, agitating people merely to further your own ambitions. I can't stand people like you. We don't actually have any ambitions like that, though. We just shared some things we knew while we were making conversation. And you did it on a lark. That's even worse. You have no idea what will happen to the people you've tainted with your Confucianism. What was that? Enough. It is time all of you leave at once. But we still have yet to kill the Chaldeans. We will not punish you for your incompetence in failing to kill them. You need merely wait for your next opportunity. Now go, or you will be caught up in it. Let's go, Prince of Lang Ling. You too, Lord Xiao Yu.
Very well.
As you wish. Fafo. Well, what the hell? Why'd they all run off like that?
I don't like this. Their oppressor is up to something.
We're viewing communications. There is little time left, I wonder. There's only one reason for the Emperor to order retreat now. King Shao Wang is about to unleash an indiscriminate attack. I bet it'll wipe out the entire area. Very good. Since you have figured out this much, we shall tell you what is about to happen. We have just released a payload from our Great Wall and altered its trajectory. It will strike your location in approximately 3 minutes. Are you freaking nuts? You overgrown tin can. You'd really kill your own people just to get to us. Do not think so much of yourselves. You have it quite backward. We only ordered our soldiers to cripple you in order that you might also be caught in the blast radius as an added bonus of sorts. But then he did this explicitly to destroy this village. It is what must be done to rid our land of Confucianism. Now that enlightenment has begun to spread among the people here, we are left with no choice but to nip it in the bud.
Accused tyrant, have you so little regard for the lives of your own citizens?
Silence. This land is our flesh, its people are our blood. You could never understand the pain such an action causes us. But now that it has become infected with Confucianism, we have no choice but to carve out this piece of our flesh before the poison spreads. So this is King Shi Wang. Flee if you wish, but it is too late for the people of this village. Once you have turned tail and fled, be our guest to turn back and witness the destruction of your Confucianism has wrought. Damn it, this bastard's crazier than I thought. I never expected murdering the Empire's own citizens to be more important than killing us. No kidding. There it is now. It's so massive when it hits, I don't think anything will be left in this area. What is that? Ah, an evil star. Most glorious and majestic Heavenly Emperor must be furious. Mm-hmm. So the rumors about stars falling on villages that reject the Emperor's blessings were true. This can't be happening. Why would Heavenly Emperor be so furious? Was it wrong of us to recite poems? Was it wrong for us to try to go to the capital?
No, none of you did anything wrong. You followed your dreams in search of freedom, as anyone would. I see. Now I understand, so this is why I was summoned to this land. It was all so that I could strike back against this great oppression.
Spartacus!
So, you have yet to become an oppressor. Now is the time for you to demonstrate your authority.
What do you want me to do? Use a command spell on him, right? For him to go completely berserk and destroy it?
Use a command spell on me. Use it and say only one word. Jump.
Now I get it. Crying warmonger. What did you just say? We normally have no way to defend against or destroy something as utterly destructive as a meteor strike. But Spartacus' noble phantasm changes to match what he's up against. The more powerful the attack, the stronger his resulting counterattack will be. If he can do that in the air, before the meteor has a chance to strike, he might just be able to destroy it before it hits the ground. Well, wait a damn minute. Are you suggesting he fly up there and let that thing hit him?
Not a way. Such tremendous adversity is perfect for showing off the strength of my rebellion.
You can't. That will completely annihilate your spirit origin.
We won't know until I've tried. Regardless, there's no time to debate the matter. We don't have long before that wicked star arrives.
Senpai!
Jump! Spartacus! I feel it. I can feel the power of our bond flowing within me.
He really jumped. Wow. That's no ordinary leap. He's being propelled by a truly massive eruption of magical energy.
Now is the time for my legs to rebel against gravity. Humans, open your eyes and turn your gaze upwards. This leap is the very pinnacle of liberation. It is the irrational act that will triumph over this adversity. The wings of freedom.
Oh!
If this star means to oppress the sky itself, then I too shall become a star, a rebellious morning star that lights the world below.
He really did take it head on. No. Damn it. Why did he crash right into it? He could have deflected it or something so he wouldn't get her so hurt. No, he was prepared for this. For his noble phantasm to be at its most powerful, he would need to be at his most gravely injured.
Wonderful. This pain is honor. This pain is life. I can feel my love about to explode. War cry. Overload.
This can't be right. Where do these people get in surface to air a weapon? No, they have no such weapon. This must be the work of one of their heroic spirits. Remember this sight well, Hanjin. This is the true face of our army's new enemy. Holy crap! Ah. Incredible! The entire mass is completely evaporating! He really did it, but where is he now? There, I can see him falling back down. That big dumbass.
Oh, hello, rebellious knight. Did you catch me in those twiggy arms of yours?
Cut to crap. All the people you set up like a jackass were watching you, you know. Can't just smash face first into the ground, lunkhead. You're supposed to at least land on your feet. Hell, you shouldn't be falling at all. You're supposed to land properly, no matter what. That's what you gotta do, alright? These wounds are... Yes, I'm afraid Spartacus' spirit origin isn't going to last much longer.
Your words cut deep, Knight of Camelot. I should expect as much from the manliest man of the Knights of the Round Table.
Who are you calling a man? Ain't freaking fair saying shit like that at a time like this. You're all beat to hell, nowhere left for me to even punch you.
Go ahead. I'm sure your punch would feel most pleasant.
Are you gonna die, Spartacus?
Of course not. Spartacus will never truly die. Not as long as you keep the light of rebellion alive within your heart. That is all I ask, my friends.
Spartacus, I can't believe he did all of that to save us. I'm not gonna cry. I mustn't. Spartacus, he never stopped smiling no matter how much he hurt.
Kid.
I'm gonna get strong enough that I can smile through anything too, so I can be somebody else's Spartacus one day. So as long as I, and whoever comes after me, keeps smiling, Spartacus will always live on. Now I get it. So this is his real rebellion. Something is wrong with the spirit origin graph. It's hard. Very hard.
Did that just give us enough power to summon someone?
What? Don't tell me it's broken. No, it's not that. It's reacting to the ley line. What? But I thought that didn't work in this last belt. That's it. There's prayer here now. Hopefully, hope has finally blossomed in these people's hearts, connecting this well to the throne of heroes. Yes, this land is no longer cut off from the throne of heroes. Heroic spirits have heard the wishes of people lacking their own voice, and are about to pay them a visit.
Who are we getting? Chen Gong? Hello. This hair smells familiar, and I think I've recognized those far-off mountains as well. So we just got ourselves a caster. All right. It would seem we've been invited to our homeland, although something seems off. I don't see a single sign of war anywhere, nor do I see anyone resembling a master. I suppose this means we've gone rogue, so to speak. Whoa, and red hair. Pity. I was kind of looking forward to that whole spiel you get to do when you first meet your master. Well now, where do I even begin? Why do you look like that? What do you mean? How else would Lu Bu Fengxuan look? What? What other heroic spirit could possibly be fit to be summoned alongside the great Shingon, the Lu Bu the Flying General? But you obviously red hair. Lu Bu is a man among men, and red hair a horse among horses. Everyone knows we were inseparable during our adventures. I'm what they call an innocent monster. Oh look, a carrot. A carrot? Yummy. Where? I knew it. You are red hair. Nonsense, I'm Lu Bu. Well, we got 2 servants now to help us in the fight against the tyrant. All in the name of rebellion. And we got 2 soundless jingle bells. Oh, they're not really jingle bells if they're silent. Don't know why I said that. Oh boy. Dashing through 1,000 li. Da 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 da. Alright, now Ishtar, you can take a good long rest after all that crap. Oh my god. Spring out! The first Hassan. I keep wanting to call him King Hassan. And let's also bring out, just in case, Danzo. And swap Jean out with... Shiki Assassin, why not? Let's do this.
So what's the next move? The first thing we should be doing is tracking down the Shadow Border, but... we cannot leave these people to fend for themselves. Qin Shi Huang wants them dead. Right, and I'm pretty sure Qin Shi Huang's aware that the whole Operation Wall Drop thing failed. It's no stretch to imagine Akuta and Zhang Yu being sent back to finish the job only. Only they've got to be guarding the border now, seeing as that's the enemy's top priority. Right, I don't see dropping chunks off the Great Wall as something that gets done often or in rapid succession. I'm sure Qin Shi Huang doesn't want to damage the land any more than strictly necessary. That said, if we stay in one place too long, I'm sure the Emperor will try it again, so we need to keep moving. And you want to take the villagers here with us. That would put them in the crossfire of our battle. Too dangerous. What would you have us do, Cell?
I want to hear your plan, Jin Kei.
My plan? I agree with Senpai Jin Kei. You agreed to coming up with plans. You think, well, if you need my help that badly, I guess I'd better step up, huh? Our biggest problem is how Qin Shi Huang can keep tabs on us from the Great Wall. How many of Da Vinci's bounded field devices do we have? She gave Senpai and me one each, and we also have a single backup unit. And we should split up in 3 directions. The main group will go after the Shadow Border, and the other two will take the villagers somewhere safe. Is there anywhere safe, seeing how Emperor Douchebag is looking straight down at us? Fortunately, that the Emperor can only look straight down may be our saving grace. All that is needed to avoid such a gaze is something overhead, like a cave or a forest thick with foliage. We won't know how well the camouflage devices work until we give them a shot. And of course, if Qin Shi Huang loses sight of us, then I expect someone will come searching at ground level. So we can expect the nearby areas to be crawling with those mechanical soldiers. And we'll have to kick the shit out of them every time, but how are we gonna keep a low profile if we do that? This land ain't exactly the best for hiding either. Which is why each group will need a skilled fighter, since there will be no getting around that fact that we will all run to patrols at some point. Wonder, Nezha, I'd like each of you to guard half the villages. Marcel and I will go after the Shadow Border. What happens when the villages are finally safe? Our ultimate destination is Zhanyang, so we can hide out near there while we wait to rendezvous. How does that sound? Works for me. Your plan's got more holes than a sieve, but that'll make it easier to adapt on the fly. I too have no significant objections. Then it's settled. We were born in this village. We've been here all our lives, now we have to leave it behind. I'm so sorry we dragged all of you into this, but if you stay here, your lives will be in danger again. What? That's not fair. What did we do to deserve this? You didn't do jack shit. Qin Shi Huang just threw a tantrum because you got to know us a bit. None of this is your fault. This is just what happens to normal people during war. You've just got to think of it like a tornado or an earthquake or something else outside your control. This can't be happening. I don't know. The idea of getting to go somewhere that's not here is kind of, how do I put this? Yeah, it's like a hot feeling in the bottom of our chest. And it kind of makes me want to yell and shout and run around in circles. I know, it's exciting. This must be what Spartacus meant when he talked about freedom. Hell yeah, it is. In our word, it's something so precious, people have risked their lives to protect it. I'm assuming it meant world. What's with this stupid talisman? How can he seal away my spirit origin with mere sage arts? It's not fair. Well, aren't you a sorry sight, Koyanskaya? Akuta, you came to rescue me. Come on then, hurry up and get this stupid thing off of me. I didn't think I'd have any trouble breaking free of these obsolete sage arts, but annoyingly this talisman uses a special spell made for sealing away guards. As I am now, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about it. And I should help you. Why exactly? Aw, don't be like that. You and I are the only ones in this lost belt who can really count on each other. Well, that's odd. I could have sworn that the disciples of the foreign god were supposed to be entirely neutral in all of this. Didn't the rules say that you weren't allowed to help any one cryptid in particular? Don't be silly. Of course I'd make an exception for you. Akuta, after all. We go way back, don't we? Yes, I suppose we do. Which is why I find it so surprising that you never realized this about me. I have always utterly detested you. Well, maybe not you per se, but another fox woman just like you. I don't know what made you end up manifesting like that, but you should take your sweet time getting there. Huh, don't you know it's rude to go babbling about a lady's past? The point is, you and I are cut from the same misanthropic cloth, right? Don't you think it would only benefit us both if we played nice? If you're going to bring up mutual benefit, Koyanskaya, I have even more reason to refuse. How could helping you possibly be worth getting on Qin Shi Huang's bad side? Oh, you really went there, huh? In this world, when it comes to business, you're either a client or a product. I was hoping to keep you as a client, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Goodbye, Koyanskaya. Knock yourself out trying to find an escape from this. You'll never succeed. She's really serious about him. That wasn't the look of a recluse afraid to put herself out there. She must have found her nerve after running into him again so unexpectedly. Wish I could be happy for her. But all I can think about is how stupid this lovey-dovey stuff is. So ends another ancient, I guess. Oh well, this just means I'll have to find another client, and that means there's one more thing I can sell here now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for us to get there, and then dangle the antidote in front of our faces so that we set you free. Right?
That's NFF services for you. We never stop chasing our dreams.
Uh-huh. We'll set you free, eventually, maybe.
Yeah, these are tire tracks. He definitely came this way. Oh yes, I guess I should have expected you to tag along too.
I hope the others are okay.
You just focus on taking care of yourself right now, Cell. How are you feeling?
Still a little feverish. Compared to what the new director's going through, this is nothing.
Unfortunately, we can't afford to go any faster. We need to conserve energy in case we have to fight. That's true. These tracks are old, so I'd say the enemy is way ahead of us. Even if we can't catch up to them, we definitely can't afford to fall any farther behind. The fact that they also took Da Vinci home to invest with them must mean that... Yeah, they're trying to figure out how the Zero Sail engine works. If they can't work it out themselves, they'll need to make the ones who built it talk. At least we shouldn't have to worry about them being immediately executed. That will only last so long. Once they've outlived their usefulness, it's entirely possible Kishi Wong won't want them as prisoners. There's no sense getting too worked up about it, but we can't afford to take our time either. I'm sorry, Cell, but you'll just have to hang in there for now.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine, really.
Wait, I'm seeing hostile fingers at 12 o'clock. It's more of Kishi Wong's mechanical soldiers. So I see, I did figure we would do to run into some, but I just as soon have been wrong.
Alright, puppets C, B, and A. Time for you to get blown sky high by one of my favorite abilities from one of my favorite servants that came home twice. Relatively fast. And sadly, so fast that I actually tried to get her some more. It didn't work.
Second, Muku Sandan.
So I really was trying for the craft essence, it's just... After getting her twice so fast, I kinda wanted more. Sadly, I didn't get hers. And bye-bye. Fortune! GG! I think that's the last time I'll show the mechanical puppets as well. Unless, of course, it's actually, you know, in another fight.
The battle is over. No more enemies in the area. There's even more of them than I thought there'd be. No way, did they just happen to be here on patrol? I think I might know why. Take a look at these remains. Huh, that's odd. We didn't destroy these. Exactly, someone else must have fought them before we got here. The ones we just found may have been reinforcements who got here too late, or they might have come to investigate the battle's aftermath. And it's a safe bet that neither Mordred nor Nessa came this way. So does this mean there's someone else here butting heads with the Empire besides us?
Well, I mean, didn't the Spirit Origin graph, you know, heat up? As if it was about to summon something? Maybe a rogue servant?
That's very possible, especially since we just saw the Spirit Origin graph flare up. This can't be a coincidence. Then if we can manage to find them, we might just gain a new ally.
Or two.
Or a new enemy if we're unlucky. Either way, we'd better investigate further.
Let's try looking around here and see what we can find.
Well, I certainly won't be expanding my clientele anytime soon. If I don't get out of this prison, I can't believe this Hellsmith is a genuine article. I never thought humans would be able to keep the Sage Arts working for over 2,000 years, but I was clearly wrong. They've even managed to advance them here. I really need to leave this lost belt, and I do not get along. I mean, what was a mere human thinking? Going all the way to Mount Pinglai to claim sacred Sage Arts? If you're going to go that far, you might as well have stayed there and become a sage yourself. Where does this clown get off coming back to the human world and saying us an honor as an emperor? Just thinking about that stupid emperor and that stupid missing face pisses me off. I can't believe I let myself get trapped like this all because I couldn't get a read on the emperor's expressions.
Hey, it's a spirit.
Oh, it's you. I didn't think I would see you in a peaceful last spot like this. But I guess you should show up just about anywhere. What is it, Foreign Priestess? Oh, I have no idea what you're saying. I wish you would hurry up and learn our language already. It's not that she doesn't know our language, it's the fact that she will only speak with the Chosen One. At least that's what I've been going off on so far about what she will actually do. I wonder if Kistadia already understands you. Maybe he's even keeping a record of everything you've been saying and doing that involves us. Well, none of that's any of my business. After all, my contract is with the foreign god, not you, even if you do speak for it. But never mind that, do you think you could peel this talisman off for me? This Lost Belt King is a tough negotiator. The other Lost Belt Kings might be monsters that no human can control. But Kishi Wang pulls that off while still somehow remaining human. Monsters that rely on brute strength are terrifying just by existing, but devious humans are terrifying because of what they actually do. So I promise you, if something isn't done soon, the cryptos are going to lose their hold on this Lost Belt. That archaic emperor might even end up cutting down a tree of emptiness before it can become your seedbed, you know. Archaic, you say. Do tell Yansky exactly which part of us is archaic. Damn it. Enjoying your conversation with the wall, are you? We see you must have finally lost it, as they say. Huh, I'm flattered you'd go out of your way just to peep on me in my little cell here, Your Imperial Majesty. That you can peep any way you want, yet you still can't see what's really important. What a jerk. We have passed judgment on Chaldea. Now the time has come to properly assess your conduct as a visitor of our empire. Has it now? Does this mean you finally realize that Chaldea was your mortal enemy all along? Indeed we have, but that does not absolve you of your own separate crimes. Whatever do you mean? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Chaldea is both your enemy and mine, Your Imperial Majesty. I'm certainly not the one who's been ruining your farms. But you are the one who brought those demonic beasts that began eating our people around the time Chaldea appeared. No. Okay, so they do know. Crap, I'd forgotten about that. Oh, well, that's strange. I guess they fell out of my pocket or something. Didn't you lie at first and say that we bought them? Oh man, you're not good at lying. But really, do you even have any proof that that was my mistake? There's no difference between summoning demonic beasts and summoning heroic spirits after all. How do you know Chaldea isn't just plain dumb? Chaldea takes pleasures in disturbing my people's way of life. They would never kill them just for sport. But you, on the other hand, take pleasure in nothing so much as messily devouring humans. Thus, we hardly need conduct a thorough investigation to determine your guilt. I see. So you still have a record of my past self, even in this Lost Belt. Alright then, what are you going to do about it? Do you even have time to waste now that you know that Chaldea is the greatest threat to you and your nation? It is true that we do not. While we are quite adept at parallel processing, our greatest concern is indeed Chaldea. We can only afford to dedicate our very spare moments to dealing with you. So we are afraid that your interim punishment will have to be somewhat less messy. That talisman seals your powers, preventing you from fighting back. Yes, then we can delegate your punishment to these automata. What? As such, these puppets will torture you until we can see to your punishment ourselves. Hang on, you're joking, right? I mean, you're Kishi Wang, the great emperor of this domain, so you can't be so completely twisted. We do not do this for our own enjoyment. It is our duty to see justice served. Oh wait, please don't do. Damn! I saw some blood. We are sorry about this, but we simply lack the information to determine how spirits such as servants and alter egos behave in worlds that are not their own. For all we know, destroying your body accidentally or otherwise may even set you free. Neither can we afford to let you bury this place in sulfur. But so long as you manifest here, you are bound to that physical body. This much we are certain of. So we will keep you alive, but ensure you lack the strength to escape. If we order your body drilled full of holes day and night, never piercing major blood vessels, you should survive but be unable to replenish your magical energy and so have no choice but to behave. Oh, please, forgive me. Just let me go and I promise I'll leave right away. I'll never come to the Celeste Belt again, so please, please stop this. Out of the question, even if he did leave, he would only sow more evil in other histories, no.
Thank you! Yes, she would.
Besides, there is more to you than meets the eye. You weigh far more than all their servants combined. Even I was shocked to see your soul, or rather your spirit origins mass, weighs nearly 100,000 tons.
Oh, that face!
We are destined to rule all of the human world. That will never change, regardless of what time of fate itself may have in store. As you are a sworn enemy of mankind, we have all the more reason to deny you your freedom. So you even care about peace in our last belt? You really are hopeless, aren't you? Very well, your torment in our land will continue until you turn to stone. We can put you into eternal slumber once we devise a proper sealing ritual for you. Until that day comes, you will face justice for your crimes. We suggest you spend this eternity of torture reflecting on the many people you have killed and the pain and suffering you caused them. Until I turn to stone, who does this jerk think I am, Sun Wukong? No, please.
To be honest, you're getting what you deserve, Koyanskaya. Hey, fighting more fighters, which means we're fighting more automata. Which means I'm going from story to story. Pitiful. Everyone we meet here is so weak, I can hardly stand it. But then, these aren't people, are they? They seem to be mechanical puppets. How awful. At this rate, I don't know when we'll ever get to form a contract with a master. Think it'd be a bit too much horseplay if I asked whether the master be for kicking him to death. Not at all. In fact, that sounds like an excellent idea. That said, anyone capable of ordering us around should be able to take a good kick from you without even losing their smile.
Rafal. Master, I see human figures up ahead. No, wait, there's one human figure and one equine figure. Except it looks like the horse is a weapon.
Okay, so we're gonna be fighting Red Hair here.
It seems they've noted us too. They're headed this way.
Well, hello there. It's good to finally meet another servant. One who appears to be accompanied by a mage with command spells, no less. I must say I'm rather jealous. It would seem you have a master with whom you have formed an official contract.
Does that mean you two don't have a master?
No, we do not. If that master of yours happens to be looking for new servants, then it would seem this is a most fortuitous encounter indeed. I'd definitely like some new servants. Does that mean you'll form a contract with me? Oh yes, we'd be happy to as long as you all survive.
What do you mean by that?
Why, I mean we're going to kill you now, of course.
Huh? Vo? Alright, so it's gonna be like that, huh? You're okay with this, Shinkai, but why?
We still have obligations to our lord from when we were alive, you see. So we make it a point to only swear loyalty to those who are truly strong. The Flying General has a reputation to uphold, after all. We retainers must stay true to ourselves, no matter how many times our souls may transmigrate.
The Flying General. There's only one person in Lu Bufeng Zhuan's clan as eloquent as you. You're Chen Gong, aren't you?
Huh, so you figured me out that quickly, did you? Well, I'm just a tactician for the rear guard, so my true name is hardly worth hiding. But if you mean to serve as our general, if we are to trust you with our lives, then we must be certain you are too strong for us to kill. And so we will try to do so now. If you die in this battle, then our alliance was never meant to be. Answer me this. Are you my master? On second thought, don't bother. Die.
I mean, technically speaking, I think I actually am Red Hair's master. I honestly think I am. I don't remember because it's been a while, but I believe I actually got him as a servant. Potentially, at any rate. Now, do I just need to take out his first break bar, or not? I guess I'll find out. Keep forgetting about that every single time. Second, Mercure-san done. Come on, red hair. How much punishment can you take? Not bad. We'll say that his survivability is definitely annoying. Not gonna lie. So this, and this. Ooh, nice crit. Nice crits. Alright. I love it. How dare you attack Ukito Waterstone like that? How dare you? Alright, here goes his first break bar. So, is the battle done? No, we actually have to fight you all the way. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. Alright, so do this. Increase attack. This. Ah, God dang it. It's fine. Alright. Azrael. I believe in you, First Hassan. Get an instant death proc. I would love that. But I know that won't happen. Damn it, it missed. Ooh, 106,063 damage and a 54,000 damage crit. Nice. Thank you, First Hassan. No, no, no. That DM caster just gave him a Noble Phantasm. Please be so. Oh, you're weak. No. Good thing I put assassins in the back. Good thing I put assassins in the back, man. Okay. Watch you. Have him attack you. Dunzo, buff yourself up. Okay. Oh my God. Of course, he gave himself evasion as well. So all the damage Danzo could have done was mitigated. Nice. I haven't used Shiki in a while. Can she get her own Noble Phantasm up? Yes, she can. Ho, ho, ho. Mystic Eyes of Death Perception. Vishnapti Matrata. Mystic Eyes of Death Perception. Let's go. Red Hair, can you survive this attack? I'd be really annoyed if she got death off on him. I don't think she can. Yeah, she can't. Bye bye, Red Hair. 7 turns. GG. And as such, I will become both of your masters. Hey, 3 Saint Quartz for King Hassan. First Hassan getting the Bond 6. Nice. Alright, that's enough. Well, Red Hair, I believe this girl is more than strong enough for us to serve. What do you think? That was fun. This Master's majesty and her sheer presence would outshine even Guan Yu himself. I would be happy to let her ride on my back.
Oh, I'm Lu Bu Feng Xuan. Pleased to meet you. What? Yes, it is best you ignore that. It really does not matter at all. Moving on.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to add servants as strong to our lineup. What do you think, Master?
Welcome aboard. Thank you, my lord. As of today, I, Shen Gong, recognize you, Lady Cell, as my master, and swear an oath of undying loyalty.
Oh. Uh-oh. Looks like getting to know each other is going to have to wait. It looks like someone noticed our battle. Makes sense. We weren't exactly keeping it quiet.
What good fortune. Seems you needn't wait for us to give us a test run, so to speak.
Yeah, in fact, this might be the best kind of welcome party for a couple of war-loving nuts like you.
Yes, let's do this. Stand back now, Lord Shen Gong. Me, why? You know I have a great strategy I've been dying to test out. You mean the strategy where you point to the enemy and say to me, go blow yourself up with them? That would get people killed if they were one to robots, you know. Ch.
Ahoy there! Can you hear me okay, Cell?
Huh?
Foe? Da Vinci! Oh good, looks like we got a clear signal. I knew modifying our portable comms to use void space and give us some truly insane range would be a good out. My genius at work. Yes, that's very impressive, but we thought you'd all been captured.
Indeed, we're currently being confined some distance from you at Hong Kong.
We would have called sooner, but we had a little too much in the way of supervision. Anyway, it really sucks that they took the border with them. But at least me, Holmes, Gordy, and the rest of the staff are all being held in the same place. I'm surprised you didn't take your comms when you were captured. Yeah, I thought that was pretty weird too. I don't think it's because they're trying to get us to talk so they can monitor the conversation though.
Indeed, had their intent been for us to converse, they would not likely have put us in separate cells. Aside from that, security here seems pretty solid. They relax on the calm stuff, but they should have made a point of taking away all of our weapons.
And given how the guards have been treating us, I'd say they must not have noticed the comms. Or more likely, they just didn't suspect these devices could be used for communications at all. Really, I'm surprised they would overlook something that important.
I imagine it simply never occurred to them that we might be carrying around communication devices.
But these are prisoner guards, right? How could they be so careless and keep their jobs?
Remember, the Slots Belt science and engineering are developed completely different from our own. That holds equally true for what it excels at as well as where it is lacking.
Aha, I recognize that tone. You figured something out, haven't you, Holmes?
I surely have. Think back to Qin Shi Huang, who gained immortality by exchanging a physical body for a mechanical one. Yet they've added to that body's functionality ever since. Don't you find it odd that it has expanded to such absurd proportions?
Oh, now that you mention it.
Then there's the enormous gap between the technology an emperor employs and the primitive way the farmers live their lives. They may enjoy the benefits of the Slots Belt's advanced medicine and biochemistry, but the machinery is not advanced beyond the medieval era. No doubt that it is part and parcel of the Emperor's attempts to maintain perpetual ignorance throughout the entire Empire's citizenry. This is to say that while the Lost Belt may be technically highly advanced, This is to say that while this Lost Belt may be highly technologically advanced, the sole beneficiary of those advancements is its ruler. By design, these technological advancements will never spread to the masses.
Yeah, Edison would go nuclear if he heard that.
Remember how we were also told that most of the wheat grown here is used for fuel rather than food. This also means that all the astonishing technology here runs on old-fashioned combustion engines.
Yikes, now that you mention it, I guess the word wouldn't it?
This may seem preposterously inefficient with regards to fuel from our standpoint. But if Qin Shi Huang and the capital of Xinjiang
is which the Emperor is attached are the only ones using said fuel. I imagine that they are still able to meet their energy needs regardless of that inefficiency. Even the environmental cost of harvesting such massive amounts of biofuel is unlikely to become a serious problem, while it's anyone else making use of electricity. I see. So I suppose you could get away with it then, so long as you've taken the entire planet, which the Emperor has done. Now then, let's try a little thought experiment, shall we? In a situation where there is no incentive whatsoever to develop a technology for mass production and widespread use, what would be most neglected? Oh, I know, miniaturization and optimization, right? Precisely. Technology only sees widespread use once it's sufficiently compact and affordable. But in this last bout, neither of those concerns are a factor. Kenshi Wong's ability to monitor everything within the Empire simultaneously is a remarkable feat. But I cannot imagine a way to maintain at that scale without massively inefficient labor costs. However, Kenshi Wong is the only one using such a system. Any concerns about cost effectiveness would be moot. The idea for integrated circuits would never occur to the Emperor, nor would there be any concern about cost when the entirety of the nation's resources exist for Kenshi Wong's sole personal use. Sounds like a pharaoh falling from high atop their pyramid. I doubt it would even occur to this world's inhabitants to carry around machines for personal use. There certainly isn't any need for them to carry individual communicators, if they can converse with their Emperor wherever they may be. For that matter, in this world, the very concept of long-range communication is the Emperor's sole domain. There is no real need for private communication between individuals over a distance here, nor would it even be permitted. So that's why the idea that we might have some way to communicate with each other like that never even occurred to them. That said, I also thought Kenshi Wong would be so blinded by pride in their own superiority to prop even history that our technology wouldn't really get any notice. For the most part, I believe you were right, Da Vinci. Certainly the Emperor took interest in the Shadow Border zero-cell technology, but it would seem nothing else was worthy of attention. Then we will just have to exploit every such arrogant blind spot to win. At any rate, I'm glad we know where we all are now. We should be able to reach Hong Kong in about a day or two from our current location. Yes, I would encourage you to move with all possible haste, you see. How come the director's been so quiet? I'm thinking there's someone I'm surprised we haven't heard from yet. Oh, Cody's asleep, while actually he's grown so weak that he's passed out. What? But why? He should still have plenty of time left. Is it the poison? He didn't seem that weak the last time we saw him. The worst thing about Koinska's poison is that it has different effects on different people. I think it has something to do with the victim's karma. The more well-bad stuff they've done, the more they're punished. Oh boy. In Sal's case, the effects haven't been any worse than a bad cold. But Gordy's already had his digestive system fail. What? You know, I thought it was weird too. I haven't seen Tubby stuffing his face once since we got here. So he wasn't able to keep anything down at all. He was only getting by thanks to the IV drip I was giving him discreetly while we were on the border. Sorry I didn't say it before, but he insisted I keep it secret. It was his way of trying not to make you worry. Poor Director Gordolf. I had no idea he was struggling that badly. Oh, fuck you. I can't imagine Gordolf fasting. I think he might prefer being unable to breathe to being unable to eat. So once we get tossed in here and I couldn't treat him anymore, his condition got real bad real quick. And it doesn't look like the guards have much interest in helping either. Kenshi Wong's only interest is in Da Vinci's mind. Gordolf's health is really not a concern. Indeed, I hardly think the Emperor cares if the other prisoners survive at all. This is terrible, Senpai. We need to hurry there and rescue them right away. Please do. That said, I do have one spot of good news. Turns out a surprise guest is staying here with us. Damn it, Holmes, knock it off. This isn't time for your usual coin nonsense. Ah yes, quite right. Let me come right to the point then. It seems Koinska is being held here in the same facility. Yep. We go save our allies, and in the same time we save Koinskaya to get the antidote to save Gordolf and myself, and then we take out this lost belt. I'm assuming because of what's happening with Koyanskaya right now, she is going to be so filled with rage that she just wants to see this lost belt burn down to the ground. So she would actually help us to do that, just to get back at Qingshi Wang for what they are doing to her right now. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Really? If we can tell all rendezvous here, we will have a very real opportunity to turn things around and capture Koyanskaya ourselves. Yep. Again, I wouldn't doubt it if she gets so spiteful after the torture that she ends up just helping us to take down this lost belt. I know that's not what she's supposed to do, but she probably will if she's pissed off enough. Okay, so how long is 11? 11 is also 3. Okay, I've done section 10, 9, and 8. With that, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next one, where we will be doing section 11, 12, and maybe 13, although I think 13 goes up to 4. So that might be stretching it a little bit too much, so yeah. I'm making good headway. It's still the 29th right now, albeit after I edit a video, render, upload, I'll be going to sleep, so then it'll be the 30th. In which case, I will have the rest of the 30th, and then the final countdown starts on the 31st to finish the last few sections of Lost Belt 3, beat it, and then I can finally not really rest, because then if it's on the 31st, I get to do the New Year's event right after. Oh god. So yeah, till then, see you guys later.